Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. JJ here, and today I'll be showing you how to develop a sample coaching app utilizing Flutterflow. So this is the application that we're about to create. So as you can see, you have a list view of the articles, which is fully dynamic, and then a list of tasks that you want to add as part of your daily ceremony. So basically that's the concept about this app, and you have this add button wherein you will be shown with the list of tasks that you can add as your personalized to-do list on every day. So let's say we want to add early bird as one of the tasks that we want to do. Then there you go, it's being added in the task. And then let's say you already done with this one. Let's say the meditate, you just click it and then you watch a video about how to meditate, and then once you're done, you'll just press completed. Then a notification will appear congratulating you that you're able to complete the task. Clicking that will navigate you back to the dashboard, which will now show you a check mark indicating that you already completed the task. So this is getting reset every day. So tomorrow this green mark will be gone. So basically that's the concept of this app, and we all do that using Flutterflow and Firebase. So also this app has a login wherein you can use to secure your application. So the first thing you need to do is first make sure that you are already signed in or already created an account in Flutterflow. If you haven't done that yet, then I suggest you check my previous video about that and how to get familiarized with the tool. So now I am on my project list. So this is my existing app. So now let's create a new one. So let's press the create new button, and then let's just select a blank app. So let's click this one, create new. Okay, it's asking us to give a name. Let's give it a name of coaching app demo. And then let's select this blank one, create new. And then there you go, it's asking me to set up my Firebase. So we need to do this because we will be using Firebase for our authentication plus for Firestore. Basically, Firestore is the offering of Firebase for storing files. Okay, so let's click next, and then Firebase project ID. So as I mentioned, you need Firebase here. So in my case, I already created and signed up in Firebase. So let's go to Firebase. Let's type firebase.google.com. And let's click this get started. Okay, so now we need to create a new project here in Firebase for our coaching app demo. So let's click this add project and then enter the project name, coaching app demo, and then click continue. Okay, don't worry, it's free. So let's just continue, click continue. And then it's asking me to choose or create a Google Analytics account, which is just select the default account for Firebase. And then let's click the create project. And now it's creating our project. All right, it's about to finish. All right, so our project now is ready. Let's click the continue button. It's now refreshing my page, and there you go. This is the dashboard or the landing page for our coaching app demo. Alright, so let's go back to Flutterflow. Basically, in Flutterflow, what we need is the Firebase project ID. So to get the Firebase project ID, let's go back to Firebase. And in this project view of the coaching app demo, let's click this setting button or this gear button here. And then go to project settings. And here in the general tab, here you will see the project ID. So let's just copy that and then go back to Flutterflow and then paste it here in the Firebase project ID, and let's click connect. Alright, so there's an error. Usually this you will encounter it if you haven't set up the Firebase at flutterflow.io as an editor of the project. So it's already mentioned here. What we need to do is we need to go back to coaching app demo, and then here in the users and permissions, we need to add Flutterflow as our editor. So Flutterflow, we will give access to Flutterflow so that Flutterflow can add or insert records to Firestore and communicate with the Firebase services like the authentication. So add member, and let's put the email addresses here. So to get that, let's click connect. It will show us the error. It's the Firebase flutterflow.io. Let's copy this one. And then let's, going back here, in the usage and permission, let's add that. Firebase at flutterflow.io, and in the roles, let's select editor. And then done. Add member. Alright. Firebase at flutterflow.io is added. Now let's try to connect again. There you go, it's connected. Now what we need to do is click this auto-generate config files. Generating config files, so it will take like almost a minute. So make sure that you do not close this or refresh your page because it might mess up your Firebase and Flutterflow connection settings. So let's wait for, there you go, it's connected. So you will see that there's a checkbox here in this icon. You will see a check mark here indicating that Firebase and Flutterflow is connected. And then here, as you can see, it says enable authentication. Allow users to log in into your app via Firebase. Yes, let's use that because we will use Firebase to facilitate the authentication logic of our application. Let's click that. And create user collection. Yes, let's click that. And then select initial page. No, we haven't done that yet. So maybe I'll not going to click this so that I will show you how to create a users from scratch and then start building. So there you go. This is the canvas and the editing tool of Flutterflow. So as you can see here, there's a bug here, project issues. You should always make sure that there's no bug here because if there is, you won't be able to run our application. Now, there's a 2 error here saying authentication page setup needed. So let's ignore that for the meantime. So now, what we need to do is we need to create a login page. Okay. So to do that, let's go here in the page selector and then let's create a new one. So here in this tutorial, I will show you how to quickly create an app using the existing template provided by Flutterflow. So now I am on the create page. What we need to do is we need to go to Auth tab, and then it will show you the possible screen that you want to use. So now let's try to use this welcome page. So here, this is perfect because there's a login button and a register button, which will ask our user to do one of those, to click one of those buttons, depending if they already created a login, user account or not. Okay, then let's click use my team. Okay, it is asking us to give it a name. So let's give it a name of welcome page or welcome. Then click use my team. And then what we need to do is to create a login screen. So we won't going to create that screen from scratch. We will just use the template already exists here in Flutterflow. So here in the authentication, let's go to login page. So let's select this one. This looks simple. You have an email as your login, a password, and login, and then that's it. Okay. Then let's click use my template. But before that, we need to give it a name. So go in that. Let's give it a name of login, and then let's select this template. Use my team. All right. So this is our login. So as you can see here, this kind of mess up. That's because maybe it's all about designing. So what we need to do is let's click this icon here. It will show you a list of possible style for your header. Maybe this is, since this is a login, I'm just going to select this one as a back button and the title, the page title. So in the page title, let's change it to login. Now what we need to add is since we have this welcome button, we have here the register for a user that haven't created their account yet. Let's add a new page for register for creating account. So let's click the auth, and then maybe at the bottom I saw something here. Oh, this one. Okay, let's click this. Okay, it's asking again on the name. Maybe sign up. Let's give it a name as sign up. Alright. Then let's select this template. Alright. Cool. So let's edit this. Let's change this to back button and center tile, and then let's give it a name of create account. Oops, we missed the E, create account, and a couple of wrong spelling here. Okay, it's done. All right. So now what we need to do now is we need to, in the login, what we need to do is when the user press login, it should navigate you to the login page. So to do that, let's go here in the actions, and then let's add action. And then on top, let's select navigate to login. There you go. And then here in for the register, let's click this action and then click add action. And then on top is selected. Let's say navigate to sign up. There you go. Okay, as you can see, there's a lots of issue now, but that's fine. We can read everything. So as you can see, it says here that widget configuration max line must be 1 for password. So let's click that. Okay, so it says here that should contain 1 line only. So let's update the line here. Max line, so let's put 1. There you go. It should resolve. Okay, then there's 4 remaining. Okay. Okay, this one should also have a max line of 1. There you go. There, I should have 3 remaining. Okay. And then there's one also. It should have 1 line. There you go. So I'm back to 2 project issues now, which is we will resolve that later. And then here, as you can see, my back button should work. To do that, let's go to Action. Let's click the icon button and then Action. And then instead of selecting Navigate to and selecting the welcome page, we can just select the Navigate back. It will navigate our screen, our view to the previous screen. Okay, and then let's do the same for the login page. The action, add action. Let's go to navigate back. There you go. All right. Maybe this home page we don't need it. Let's delete it. Since what our landing page will be the welcome, so we can actually test it now. So there's two buttons here, the preview app and then the run. So run in test mode. Basically, the difference of these two is when you click the preview app, it will show you the app without running all the logic that you embedded in your mobile app, while in the run mode or running your app in test mode, it will open your application with the logic, considering all the logic, and it will be connected to the database or collections that you have. So that's the difference. So preview app is perfect if you just want to see the layout, and it's quick. It just take you some, there you go, it's an instant, almost instant. Unlike the running app, clicking the run button will take you 2 to 4 minutes, which is taking time, especially if you will just want to see the layout or the alignment or the styling of your screen. So actually, in my case, I already clicked the preview. So when I press login, yep, it's navigating me go back to login. Pressing login will do nothing. Same with register. Create account, it does nothing. Alright, then let's exit. Now, what we want to do is we need to add a dashboard. Basically, this dashboard will be the landing page once you're successfully logged in. So here in the create page, let's select content tab, and then let's select the perfect template that we can edit for our landing page. Let's see. Maybe we can try to use this one. So because we just need this article plus the list of tasks. Okay, let's click this. Okay, we forgot the name. Let's give it a name of dashboard. And then let's select this. All right. So basically, this will be the page after you successfully log in. And then instead of clubs, maybe let's change the clubs word to welcome. There you go. And then now we can now fix the issue about the login. Let's click this issue. And then now it says here that I should select the entry page. Well, my entry page will be, what is entry page? Basically, entry page, as you can see here, is will load if a user is not logged in. So basically, this will be our welcome page. Let's select our welcome page. And then this is a login page. This is for the page once the user was able to successfully log in. All right, let's select the dashboard. Okay, and then now let's go to this connect, the Firestore. And then let's click this create collection. And then let's give it a name of users. Create. So there's a pop-up now saying it looks like you are trying to create a user collection. Would you like to ask to pre-populate it with default user field? So Firestore inside Flutterflow was able to detect that you're trying to create a user. Basically, user is used for authentication, and Flutterflow will help you to create, a default, a usual fields for user account. So let's click yes. There you go. As you can see, all the fields or parameter was added. So email, display name, photo, URL, UID, created time, and phone number. So those are added. And then let's go to the settings. And then let's make sure that in the authentication, the enable authentication is checked. All right. And then now let's test our app. Let's go back to the UI builder, and yeah, I think everything is looks fine. There's still no bugs. There's a warning though. It says that Firestore rule set up. So it says here that Firestore rules not yet deployed. So maybe let's fix this one. So basically, what's happening is the concept of mobile application is that you will have a database in your device, and then it will have a database also in the cloud. So that's for the purpose of backing up your data on your device. Once you lose your device, then you can just sync to your cloud, and then you will be able to retrieve your account there. So that's the purpose of this Firebase and Firestore. So let's now the deployment just means that we need to propagate the changes from the local, from Flutterflow to Firebase. And then maybe let's update this. For the create, maybe let's click everyone. Everyone can create. Also, everyone can write. And then for the write, maybe no one. Same with this, no one. All right. Okay, let's deploy. Okay, it looks like you haven't used Cloud Parsor in this project. Go to console, Firebase, and what it says? It's saying something here. Create your Cloud Firebase database. Okay, that's straightforward. We just need to go to Firebase, and then now I am on my Firebase account. Let's click build and then click Firestore database. And then what we need to do is just click this create database. So let's use this in test mode. So because this is for the purpose of test. So there's a warning here saying that the default security rules for test mode allow anyone with your database reference to view, edit, and delete all data in your database for the next 30 days. Okay, fine. Let's click next. Okay, it's now asking us to select the location. So once you selected the location, you won't be able to change it. So make sure that you are selecting the closest location, because it will help with the performance of your mobile app, especially if there's a sync functionality in your mobile app to sync data online. So maybe let's select Asia Southeast one, and then enable. All right, so it's provisioning now. It's creating the Firestore database. And after this, we will now test again our login, our authentication. So as you can see, what we just did before is we just created the login page using the template from Flutterflow. And then in the Firebase, we just create a project. And then in the Firebase, we also create a database. And I think that's it. We haven't created any logic for login. All right. So let's go back here. And then it says here that there's a warning again. Okay, Firestore, security rules may be to open, that's fine. And then let's try to deploy it again. Hopefully it will now succeed because we created a database in Firebase. Alright. Yes, I'm good with the rules. Deploy now. It's in progress. All right, it's deployed. I remember something. We need to add another role to this in our Firebase at Flutterflow.io user. Let's go to our Firebase. So as you remember, we added Firebase at Flutterflow.io. What we need to do is we need to add another role for this account. So let's go to advanced permission setting. And then here you will see all the account. Let's look for the Firebase at Flutterflow.io. Let's select that. And then maybe let's click Edit Principal. Now there's this add another role. Let's click that. First thing is we need to add the a cloud admin. Cloud function admin. So we need to add the cloud functions admin. And then let's add another one, the service account. So let's type service account. Let's look for that with the service account. It's not showing immediately. Okay, service account admin. All right. And then let's click save. Okay, so after we're done adding this role, the cloud functions admin, editor, and service account admin, we need to configure again the Firebase. Let's go to Firebase, and then we need to go to the authentication settings. Go to project overview, and then click build and click this authentication. So let's click get started. So what we're doing now is we're creating an authentication method using Firebase. So let's select email password. So you have a lot of options for Google, Facebook, but for our case, maybe let's just select email password. And then let's click enable. There's an option for you to send an email link for you to log in, but we don't want that. Just email a password, it should be enough. Then there's an advanced here for SMS multi-factor authentication. Let's disable that for the meantime. So let's click save. Alright, so after we're done adding an authentication method in Firebase, actually that's enough for our login to work. Let's go back to Flutterflow. And then let's click again this run button. And let's wait for a few minutes. Alright, so it's now loaded. Let's zoom out a little bit. Alright, let's click login. Now let's test again to log in. So there should be an error saying that this user doesn't exist yet. Let's click the login button. There you go, there's an error here saying there is no user record corresponding to this email, which is the authentication works now. So let's go back to the welcome page. Let's click register. And here in your email, let's register now. Let's register this dummy at dummy.com, and then for the password, let's use dummy. Okay, I think my password and confirmed passwords are similar. So as you can see, everything using the template, you will have this functionality immediately. So that's sweet. We don't need to configure it in the component properties. So now let's click the create account button. Okay, there's a validation here. Password should be at least 6 characters. So maybe let's change the password to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hopefully, it allows this kind of password. All right, it was created. Cool. So now this is our landing page. So it seems that it shows that our login is working now. In my next video, we will add some functionality and logic to our dashboard of our coaching app, and then we will utilize some querying in the Firestore. So that's it, and thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Bye.